What's up, everybody? This is the Meat Man here, and today we are talking about monster behaviors, specifically monster combat behavior.
We are gonna be taking a peek under the hood.
We are going to go over some of the magic that Monster Hunter uses to make these lines of code in a digital world act in a way that is mostly intelligent in a combat setting, while also being fair. You see, these complex creatures are actually rather simple when it comes to the way they behave in a fight, but not simple in a bad way, more of an elegant and clever way. Monsters have a set amount of moves. They are not able to generate new moves at a whim, and the amount of moves that they have are never an extremely large amount. Monsters respond to where their target is and use a move to act accordingly. Sometimes moves can be preceded by or followed by some kind of evasive maneuver or followed by more attacks. This leads to predictability in the way that the monster may maneuver. In fact, this leads to so much predictability that you can manipulate the monster to use the moves that will allow you to counterattack in a way that you desire. As you can see from the background footage, we are observing the legendary Eater of Elders, Nergigante. This is a high rank Nergigante, and the gameplay footage will be hopping between gameplay with the HUD on and off. The fight with the HUD on is a fight with high rank gear, just to show some of the more realistic portrayals of damage knockdowns and overall monster danger. I have already went over the point that monsters respond to your position in relation to what body parts you are near. Some examples of this are the little punches if you are in front of him. If you have a little distance, he will do a charge attack. To the sides, he will do his wing stretch. If you are behind, he will do a tail slam. Of course, there is logic behind the attacks, and it will not always be so cut and dry. Sometimes he will reposition to face you instead of doing a tail slam. Sometimes he will charge you when you are right in front of him. Monsters can look a little goofy when you keep this in mind. A really easy way to start learning a monster is to sheath your weapon and run around them. See how they react. The funny thing about Monster Hunter combat is that when your weapon is unsheathed, you move much slower than a sprint. But this is what monsters are designed around. Sprint is overpowered. The magic behind what can make monsters feel dangerous and oppressive is that we have to engage them on terms similar to the way that they have to engage us. As you can see with these clips, there are periods of downtime in between the strikes. The monsters have animation commitments just like we have animation commitments with our attacks. The monster may be slowed during an action just like we are slowed while our weapon is unsheathed, or while we are consuming an item. We are not just fighting the monster, we are engaging in what the community sometimes refers to as a dance with the monster. The idea that the monster attacks and we respond, and vice versa. Sometimes the lead role changes. You may feel out of control dancing to the tune of the monster upon your first times fighting them. But as you gain familiarity with them, you will find that even in times when you do not hold the dominant position of the situation, you may still control the situation and lead the dance regardless. Here I am about to die, and yet I comfortably heal while maneuvering myself in and around the attacks that I am trying to fish out of Nergigante. This is not the power of prophecy. This is merely the power of positioning and running. You can do things like this with confidence that even if something doesn't go completely as planned, you can still roll to cancel the heal and keep it going. The more you know about your weapon, the better off you will be. The more you learn about the monster, the better off you will be. It is this balancing act that makes Monster Hunter so unique in a lot of ways. Nergigante looks like an actual clown when I am just running around him, but I have to respect him when I have my own time commitments. I have to respect him when I have to manage sharpness or health. He doesn't have to respect me, but I can punish him for that all the same. A dance of death. Every fight is a test of your understanding of the game's mechanics and your ability to learn and adapt to a new challenge. Isn't Monster Hunter great? You know what else is great? You! Thanks for watching my video. I appreciate you, and if you want to show appreciation back, please like and subscribe. Also comment, what is your favorite fight and why? Who is your favorite dance partner? But hang on for a second, we have another layer to peel back really quick. As you could see from the footage, Nergigante really does not have too many moves. Every monster has a limited amount of actions they can take. But sometimes, there can be a kind of phase 2 aspect to the fights. Monsters, when nearing death, can get a second wind of sorts, and it can work in different ways, from more aggression and speed to using their most powerful attack more often. In Nergigante's case, he roars and then gets a new moveset. He becomes faster, and he hits harder. He begins to jump on you more, and he sweeps with his tail instead of just slamming it down. It is important for you to understand that even in times like this, there is no need to panic. Take a deep breath and dance again. You can still find those healing windows if you get in a bind, and you can still find those attack windows. Even with a new moveset, a monster will still have a finite amount of attacks. Study your adversary. You will find the way these brilliant fights work. You just need to be thoughtful of where you are and what actions you need to watch for. Be vigilant, and above all, have fun. Stay meaty, my friends.
I've got dinner ready. Let him cook.